Billy, you so crazy.
Yo, what's cracking? What's bracking? It's your boy, Billy, you so crazy, and we back with another one. Y'all read the title, so you already know what we're doing, man. This is 15 most unusual flying vehicles that will change the world. All right, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you want to see your boy react to next, and I have it up for you when I get the chance. Just be patient with me, all right? But I have it up at some point if you want it done a whole lot quicker. I do have a Patreon link in the description, so feel free to do a thug thizzle with that if you likes, if you wants to. No pressure, no worries. You don't have to, only if you want to, all right? All right, enough talking. Let's get straight into this 15 most unusual flying vehicles that will change our world.
Traveling by airplane will soon be a thing of the past, if the rumors circling are to be believed. Considered a traditional form of travel since the first commercial flight back in January 1914, it is set to be replaced with flying cars, motorbikes, and even boats. From the supposed plans of an army vehicle turned helicopter to the flying Uber service, here are 15 most unusual flying vehicles that will change the world. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. That being said, let's begin. Number 15. Flying Armored Vehicle. Most of us are fans of Optimus Prime and the Transformers, but back in 2010, there were some hefty rumors of something very similar to the Autobots and Decepticons being constructed by the US Army. Rumors began circling online about a machine that looked very much like a toy, but could aid the defense team in the front lines in Afghanistan. Designed to look like a regular army truck, the machine took on helicopter-like traits at the touch of a button, enabling its passengers to quickly escape danger. The vehicle could be utilized to avoid all roadside bombs, deploy troops into strongholds, allow for rapid escape from ambushes, and evacuate injured soldiers from the battlefield instead of waiting for a medical helicopter, increasing survival probability tenfold. Although anticipated to cost a hefty 132,000 pounds, the vehicle would be a real asset, with composite armor protecting all on board from gunfire and blasts. It would also be fitted with auto flight controls, making pilot choices far more flexible. Coupled with unique rotor blades for vertical takeoff, this vehicle would be both intriguing and advantageous. Now it's time for the star topic. Rumor has it that the US Army are in talks with developers looking to produce the world's first futuristic flying vehicle to be used by soldiers. The flying vehicle concept has been discussed at length over the years, but the Army are said to be closer than ever to closing a deal that'll see them taking to the skies in a new aircraft, not unlike those seen in movies like Star Wars.
Now, what would the MOS be for that? I'm curious. What would be the MOS for that?
Is released from a launch pad and can access areas that were once beyond traditional aircraft's reach.
You can't just trust any soldier with that.
Travel further for longer and at greater speeds. More information about this top secret mission are set to be released in 2020. Stay tuned.
Hello, that's this year.
Comment down below with the hashtag star topic and let us know your opinion in relation to what we just showed on screen. And now to the next topic. Number 14. Flying Taxi, Uber Air. Uber Eats in the sky? Who knows? It could happen, especially with the rumored development of air transportation gaining traction by 2023.
2023?
And the US Army research team are working together in an effort to hone next-generation rotor tech that could see our flying vehicles a little quieter and overall more efficient. A combined $1 million is expected to be spent on this project, and it'll be a good way to test vehicles used in Uber's proposed urban aviation rideshare network. Uber Air are planning to have their aerial vehicles fly upwards of 2,000 feet and reach 150 miles per hour for short flights, with a battery charge lasting up to 60 miles. The plan to launch airborne Uber vehicles has been in the works for quite a while, and executives have become more vocal about their intentions over recent years. I guess we'll just have to watch this space. Number 13.
For real, that's gonna be dope.
Flying cars for the wealthy. Flying cars have been discussed at length over the last 2 decades.
They probably already got them.
With a list of benefits a mile long. From lack of highway traffic to distances and time taken to travel, the possibilities are endless. Unfortunately, we really haven't come close to any major developments in the last couple of decades. However, there might be some hope on the horizon, with Porsche hinting at a design, be it a pricey one. If you're imagining a flying sports car, then you'd be right, with Porsche considering their move into a premium urban air mobility market bringing much speculation. Porsche and Boeing are said to have teamed up to build luxury, electric-powered vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for wealthy people to fly around larger cities.
5G revolution?
This may not entirely indicate that flying cars are on the agenda, but it could be a step in the right direction. Number 12.
Man.
Flying motorcycle.
We're gonna be the Jetsons
for
real.
The motorcycle is well underway, with prototypes coming out of HoverSurf since 2016. The tech company has had its fair share of headlines and rumors over the past few years, but they certainly aren't hiding the fact that they're being considered. Founded by Russian entrepreneur Alex Atamanov, shots of riders taking to the sky in these futuristic-looking machines have already been released. Combining a traditional motorbike with quadcopter
Imagine the driver's test for that, or the flyer's test.
Gasoline, but rechargeable batteries could be an option. The bike weighs 114 kilograms and can reach 96 kilometers an hour, with a recommended flight height of 5 meters.
You ain't catching me on one of them.
Already given the green light by the FAA, and even the Dubai police force have shown great interest in the vehicle. As a result, they have made a deal with HoverSurf, which allows them to begin training officers to fly the first of the serial production units. These bikes can be pre-ordered for $150,000, but with that comes a compulsory $10,000 3-day training course in California. No better time than now to start saving.
It would be in Cali.
You want to own one of the first hovercrafts to
150,000. 150,000.
Flying yacht. The aviation revolution has truly begun.
Flying yachts?
And with thoughts of expanding into the flying
flying boats now too?
Who knows what they'll consider next? Inada, a shipyard based in the UAE, have designed a 32-foot foiler flying yacht that can fly up to 5 feet above the waves. Some benefits include the elimination of seasickness and a smoother ride to that experienced on the water.
That's pretty dope,
Due to
actually.
its flying height, passengers won't have to deal with sprays, drops, and choppiness from the seas. Using 4 hydrofoils like the ones used in the America's Cup, the yacht is elevated as if it was on wings, resulting in a smooth takeoff.
But how strong are those legs, though?
The 2020 model apparently has joystick controls to further improve captaincy choices, and with the help of an industrial-grade hybrid propulsion system, the yacht has the potential to coast along the water in complete silence, further improving the experience for those on board. The carbon fiber yacht is completely customizable and is powered by 2 V8 diesel engines that together reach a power of 740 horsepower and speeds of 40 knots.
Where are they at right now? Where are those yachts at?
Flying bike.
That is a dope yacht, actually.
Fans of Luke Skywalker's land speeder might be intrigued by the works of Aerofx, a company that are making strides in developing an Aero X hover bike. The machine is 4.5 meters long, 2.1 meters wide, and has the capacity to carry at least 2 people. Hovering 3 meters above the ground, the bike is said to reach speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. The carbon fiber rotors allow the $85,000 machine to take off and land vertically with a full tank of petrol, keeping it going for a good 70 minutes or so. The developers have created a similar maneuverability to that of a regular motorcycle, allowing you to tilt your body to change your course. Aerofx have a weekend course set up for the vehicle, and apparently completing it is all you need to do in order to be qualified to fly one. With a weight limit of 140 kilograms, this bike could be very useful for outdoor transportation and even scientific research. It has plenty of safety features, which include airbags and a redundant control system. Because it takes off vertically, users won't need to use a runway or pick up any speed whatsoever. Number 9.
Like an airplane,
ARCA
huh?
Board.
A what?
Hoverboards are a futuristic vehicle that have been highly coveted since the 1989
Since
release
Back to the
of
Future.
Back to the Future
Yep.
Part 2.
That's the first time I ever seen one.
The days of imagining their
And it was
existence
dope.
are well behind us. Plenty of companies have attempted it over the years. Lexus coming close in 2015 with a hoverboard that functioned properly. The
Really?
ARCA Space Corporation, however, might be onto something. The private aerospace company from New Mexico has built its fair share of rockets and aircrafts over the years, but the ARCA Board shows some real promise.
ARCA Board.
The rectangular flying machine can hover a foot above the ground and is said to be the lightest personal vehicle in existence, with the ability to move in any direction, including upwards. The ARCA Board can reach a maximum speed of 12.5 miles per hour using 36 battery-powered electric fans, motor controllers, and proximity sensors. Smartphones can be used to control the board if you aren't comfortable in using your own movements to control direction. However, with a reported flying time of just 6 minutes at this stage, this mode of transport won't be used anytime soon.
Not at 6 minutes. I better get that to 6 hours.
Flying surfboard.
We having people falling off.
Kai Concepts Jetfoiler surfboard looks to be the future for the many keen surfers out there. This motorized board uses hydrofoil in order to achieve a hover, which can drift across the water's surface, giving the user the appearance of walking on water. Constructed
That
by
looks
Don
so
Mantag,
dope.
who was a former sail and kite surfer,
That
the Jetfoiler has been
so
jokingly
dope.
compared to a magic carpet. The composite material on the board is the same type used on race boats in order to keep it solid whilst also rather light. Hydrofoil tech has played its part in making the board riding experience a smooth one, allowing the user to kite surf without the use of wings. The board also includes a wireless controller that can be used to adjust the speed. With a top speed of 25 miles per hour, the board sounds fun, but it'll set
25? I don't know. That's kind of fast for your boy on the water. I don't even play with water like that, but 25?
set you back upwards of
fast.
$12,000. If you enjoy surfing,
for the 12
though,
racks?
maybe that's a sacrifice you're willing to make. Number 7.
25.
Private jet that lands itself.
Oh no.
With many incidents in the past where aircrafts have had to emergency land due to pilot complications, developers must always ensure automatic aircraft control with landing being one of the biggest priorities. Following an incident in Australia where a man was forced to land an aircraft without any experience, a private aircraft company called Cirrus began demonstrating a technology fittingly named AutoLand. This system would be configured into an airplane's control panel in order to initiate an automatic emergency landing. The idea was first developed by navigation and avionics company Garmin, and the current plan is to design it in a way where, once initiated, the system can seek out and recognize the nearest airport or suitable landing area and then follow through with the landing.
What if it's man-made?
There would be
Like they
issues
just
with
made
control
it.
towers and security, which is why a voice command that sends an emergency message to the airports would be programmed in as well, giving time for both the runway and airspace to be cleared. The AutoLand system will rely on an integrated system of sensors, which will include a GPS and radar. It should be capable of landing at any airport, including those that don't have sophisticated landing or guidance.
That's what I wanted to know. Like,
Number 6.
how can we stay
the
safe?
Flying mansion.
Bro,
If you're not a
that's a
fan of
blimp.
flying or feel you could use a more comfortable setting in which to fly, no worries, because there's now a hybrid airship that is practically like flying in a mansion. Developed by Hybrid Air Vehicles, this aircraft has aspects of other vehicles
That just
such
look like
as
a
airships,
big
helicopters,
target.
and planes.
That's what
it
that
measures
looks like.
302 feet long and is said to be 60 feet longer than the Airbus A380, which is the world's largest passenger plane. Created in 2012, the aircraft was named the Airlander 10 and cost up to $32 million. If you ever wanted to take a cruise in the sky, this is essentially it. You can stay up there for several days at a time, and the interior feels very homely. The designs of the
32
Airlander
million?
10 mainly came from the idea that flying should be more of an experience than a test of time. Instead of trying to get somewhere quickly, why not chill out, relax, and, have a party in the sky? Equipped with 10 ensuite bedrooms, a bar and lounge area,
There's 10 bedrooms.
wouldn't want to give this a go. Each
10
Airlander, however,
bedrooms.
must complete 200 incident-free hours before being flown with passengers. It has recently completed 6 successful test flights, but has crashed on its second attempt in 2016, whilst also collapsing before takeoff in 2017.
See?
No fear, however, if you do board one of these vehicles, you can take comfort in knowing that it's passed a rather vigorous testing process and should be hazard-free. Number 5.
I'll wait another couple
the
years.
Self-folding drone. Researchers at the University of Zurich and École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne, or EPFL, that's what I'm going to call it from now on, have been making great leaps to create a drone that can change its shape and size during flight. This is something that is deemed incredibly helpful in the event of emergencies, as the drone could transform itself to fit into any gaps or holes.
That's pretty dope.
Researchers have looked at birds as an example to determine how some fold their wings in order to traverse narrow places. Our solution is quite simple from a mechanical point of of view, but it is very versatile and very autonomous, with onboard perception and control systems, says David Falanga, a researcher from the University of Zurich. Currently, the drone has 4 propellers that each rotate independently, while the drone itself fits the standard X shape with 4 arms stretching out. It can then adjust and fold into the shape of an H, O, and even a T when faced with difficult and tight passages. The
That's
camera is
dope.
also mounted onto the drone in the center to get a close enough view to whatever it is seeking. The working concept is looking good, but the researchers are nowhere near done in testing the limits of the folding drone. New shapes and sizes are also being tested, along with how well it copes within a wide range of difficult terrain options. Number 4. The solar-powered aircraft that can fly for months. The Odysseus is a high-altitude pseudo-satellite.
What's blowing my mind is how many things they got in the works.
Developed by Aurora Flight Sciences.
This is crazy.
Supposedly solar-powered, autonomous, high-altitude aircraft is said to be able to fly indefinitely. Able to fly at altitudes of 20 kilometers above the clouds, the Odysseus contains a wingspan of 243 feet and a payload capacity of around 55 pounds. It also contains about 250 watts of power that can be used for things such as satellites that it might be carrying. According to the company's website, the aircraft can fly all year round and maintain a stable position during any kind of weather or stratospheric conditions. These are some very bold claims, but they seem very confident, and if it's producing positive results, who can argue with them? The Odysseus is advertised for being able to complete tasks such as vegetation measuring, ice coverage, and even ground moisture. Along with these qualities, it should also be noted that the Odysseus doesn't require an operator on the ground to collect information. Very handy. Number 3. The reusable rockets that will take us to Mars. Elon Musk's company SpaceX has found a purpose for reusable rockets, which since 2015 have been regarded as impractical and unnecessary. SpaceX flies 2 types of rockets, the Falcon 9 and the Heavy, which use 9-engine first-stage boosters. With the Heavy being much larger, it ends up using 3. Following flights, the boosters return to Earth and arrive at landing sites or drone ships at sea. Since 2017, SpaceX has flown around 28 times with the new boosters and have also launched reuse boosters around 22 times.
Wow.
Musk's Starship is considered the next generation of rockets. Its development revolves around fully utilizing a reused rocket. The Starship is an interpretation on his vision of space travel, as it's capable of sending people to and from the moon and Mars. Though the vehicle requires some refurbishment between each launch, it also brings the opportunity to make space travel more similar to that of air travel, with the only exceptions coming from minor maintenance between flights and the cost of fuel.
I'm really not trying to be lost in space messing with Elon Musk. I'm really not.
Per launch, which is an improvement of
I ain't
sorts,
trying to be
considering
playing.
the Falcon 9 costs upwards of $62 million.
Barely feel comfortable on
per launch.
Earth.
Number
You want to
2,
play out in space.
Aerial robot that can change shape mid-flight. Researchers
What?
from the Etienne Jules Murray Institute of Movement Sciences have set out to design a new kind of aerial robot that has the ability to change shape mid-flight. Nature seems to have been a massive inspiration, as they have looked at how birds adjust during flight in terms of direction and folding of wings. The quad morphing robot can apparently navigate tight spaces by repositioning and orienting its arms. These arms are equipped with helicopter-like propellers, as researchers attempt to use its shape-shifting abilities for emergencies and rescue missions. The robot can fly at a decent speed of 9 kilometers per hour and navigates using an autopilot system with the help of a 3D localization type system. Although recently it's been equipped with a small camera that can take around 120 pictures per second. With the future in mind, researchers would like the camera to allow the robot an ability to determine its own path, especially in the event that it needs to fold or tighten up through smaller passages. Number 1. Supersonic passenger airplanes.
Okay, so now y'all trying to be in the clouds racing airplanes. This list is already blowing my mind. Like, my mind is just exhausted from thinking about all these things that's in the works that's been happening. But supersonic
It's been 16 years since the last commercial supersonic flight operated by Concorde traversed the Atlantic. Concorde took passengers from London and Paris to places like New York, Dakar, Senegal, and Mexico City in literally half the expected time of any other traditional plane.
In the sky trying to race.
This went on for nearly 3 decades, but due to increasing maintenance costs, it was unfortunately discontinued in 2003. This marked what we thought to be the end of supersonic airline services. However, over the last couple of years, several companies and NASA have made an effort to find ways of reviving the supersonic aircraft for paying passengers. Lockheed Martin and NASA are currently working in tandem on what is called the X-59, which is at this stage an experimental supersonic aircraft currently under construction in Palmdale, California. The intention of the X-59 is to mute the aircraft's noise by shaping its sonic boom. This will ensure that people on the ground will barely hear a whisper from this beast of an aircraft. As exciting as this may seem, it is still years away, with the first test flight penned in for sometime in 2021. Before then, strides will be made to create an aircraft that does the same job as the Concorde, whilst also improving on some of the issues that the aircraft had. This could take several years, with aspirations of sonic booms 30 times quieter than the Concorde and 2.2 Mach flight speeds. With a speed like this, Boom says it'll fly passengers from San Francisco to Tokyo in 5.5 hours.
5
while
hours?
The New York to London flight would only take 3 hours. A very exciting development. However, perfection mustn't be rushed, and in this case, neither can safety.
That's lights.
Whoever it was that said cycling to school was a thing of the past got it all wrong. In fact, it won't be long before the kids are begging their parents for a bicycle to transport them to school. There's a catch, however, it'll need to fly. And that's not all. For the surfers out there, forget taking to the waves this summer, try surfing the skies instead. Yeah, flying surfboards are on the horizon. Also,
bro, this is crazy. The minds that is on this earth and the things that we can create. Wow. So those are 15 most unusual flying vehicles that will change the world. Literally, it just changed my mind. How y'all feel about that? Like, will y'all be entering a supersonic airplane? Oh no, man. Woo. Yep, I have to talk to God about this one. That was crazy. That's crazy. But if you guys enjoyed this reaction, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see me react to next. Follow me on all my social media links are right there. Send me a message on any one of those, and I get back with you as soon as possible. That's all I got for you. It's your boy BillyYouSoCrazy, and I see you on the next video, man. I'm out this stuff.